You're one night away from changing your life forever, one single night. But the truth is, most people will never realize which night that is. They'll scroll past it, sleep through it, or convince themselves it's just another day. But for the few who recognize it, that one night becomes the turning point, the night everything shifts from struggle to success, from I wish to I did. Let me tell you a story about a man who lived that night, a man named John D. Rockefeller, who went from earning 50 cents a day to becoming the world's first billionaire. But this story isn't just about money, it's about decisions, mindset, and moments. Because the truth is, it only takes one night, but it might take years to be ready for that night. Rockefeller was not born rich. He wasn't handed anything. He was born in 1839 in a small house in Richford, New York. His father was a traveling salesman, the kind of man who came and went, full of charm but short of loyalty. His mother, on the other hand, was deeply religious and hardworking. She taught young John something most people never learn early enough: save, work hard, and always give back. But life was tough. John started working as a teenager, not at some dream job, but counting potatoes, hauling goods, and keeping ledgers. He earned so little that some days he'd walk home asking himself, "Is this really it?" Have you ever had that thought, that quiet voice inside that whispers, "I was made for more than this"? He had that too, and it haunted him. Then one night, and this is where it all changes, Rockefeller made a decision. He decided he would never spend a day without a goal. Every night before he slept, he wrote down what he wanted to achieve the next day, even if it was something small. That habit sounds simple, right? But that was his first one night. Because from that night onward, he stopped living by chance and started living by choice. He eventually found a job as an assistant bookkeeper, earning $4 a week. Not much, but it was steady. He became so obsessed with numbers, savings, and improvement that his boss began to trust him with more responsibility. Rockefeller would stay late, balancing books that others left unfinished. He said something powerful once: "Don't be afraid to give up the good, to go for the great." He wasn't waiting for luck, he was preparing for it. And then came the second night, the night that would change everything. It was during the Civil War, around 1863. Most men his age were being drafted to fight, but Rockefeller didn't. He paid a replacement fee, $300, to have someone go in his place, legal at the time. And while that might sound controversial, it was during that season that he started his first business in oil. He partnered with a man named Morris Clark, and they opened a company called Clark and Rockefeller. They began refining oil into kerosene for lamps. At first, business was unstable. They were barely making a profit, and prices in the oil industry were unpredictable. But one night, Rockefeller couldn't sleep. He walked to his small office, sat at his desk, and stared at the accounts. Everyone else was panicking, but he noticed something others didn't. While the oil producers were fighting to sell more barrels, the real money was in refining. That was his moment. That one sleepless night became his breakthrough. He made a move that most people thought was crazy. He bought out his partner for $72,500, an unimaginable amount at that time. He didn't have the cash, but he believed in the vision more than anyone else. That decision turned him from just another businessman into the foundation of what would become Standard Oil, the company that would one day control more than 90% of America's oil industry. You see, every great story has that one night. But that night isn't always comfortable. It's not when you're celebrating. It's the night when you're anxious, broke, tired, doubting yourself, but still planning. It's the night you choose faith over fear, vision over comfort. Rockefeller's journey wasn't smooth. There were times he was called greedy, heartless, even evil. Journalists attacked him, politicians tried to break his empire. And eventually, in 1911, the US Supreme Court ordered Standard Oil to be broken into 34 companies. Most people thought that was the end for him. But ironically, it was that moment that made him even richer, because those 34 companies later became giants like Exxon, Chevron, and Mobil. The value of his shares exploded. It's ironic, isn't it? What was supposed to destroy him actually multiplied him. And that's another life truth. Sometimes your worst night is actually the night that pushes you into destiny. Let me tell you something real. You might be in that phase right now, broke, uncertain, doubting yourself. You might feel stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you, or you're trying to start a business that no one believes in. You might be that person lying awake at night thinking, when will it be my turn? But what if tonight is that night? What if the idea you've been postponing, the risk you've been afraid to take, the call you've been scared to make? What if that's the one thing that separates the life you have now from the life you dream of? Rockefeller didn't get lucky, he prepared for his night. He studied numbers when others were sleeping. He watched markets when others complained. He saved money while others spent it on comfort. He once said, "The secret of success is to do the common thing uncommonly well." He wasn't chasing trends, he was mastering basics. And that's what people forget. Becoming rich isn't just about one lucky night. It's about years of consistent nights spent building habits, so when that one opportunity comes, you're ready. Let's bring this closer to home. Maybe you've been building something small, a YouTube channel with 10 views, a small business with 3 customers, a brand that hasn't blown up yet. Remember this, it only takes one night, one video that goes viral, one customer that shares your work, one investor that believes in you, but none of that happens if you quit before your night arrives. When Rockefeller became the world's richest man, people asked him what his secret was. He said, "I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity." Think about that, every disaster. Most of us run from pain, we avoid risk. But sometimes, your pain is your path. The very thing you're avoiding could be the door you've been praying for. And that's the difference between dreamers and doers. Dreamers wait for a perfect night, doers create it. There's a moment when Rockefeller gave away $500 million to education, medicine, and public welfare. He built foundations that changed millions of lives. Why? Because he understood something most people never do. Wealth is not measured by how much you keep, but by how much you can give without fear of losing it. That's when you know you've truly become rich, when your money works for people, not the other way around. But let's be real, we all want that one night, that moment when everything clicks. The truth is, it might not come when you expect. It might come after rejection, failure, betrayal, or heartbreak, but the night will come only if you keep moving. Rockefeller didn't know which night would change his life. He just knew that every night mattered. And that's what you need to remember. Success doesn't start when you see results. It starts when you decide to keep going even without them. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, what if this is the night before everything changes? What if tomorrow is the day someone discovers your talent, your business takes off, or your idea gets funded? Wouldn't you want to be ready? Because the truth is, you're one decision away from a completely different life. One call, one choice, one night. And when that night comes, you'll look back and realize that all the struggle, the waiting, the frustration, it all had a purpose. Rockefeller's story isn't just history. It's a reminder that you don't need to be born rich to become rich. You just need to recognize the night when everything aligns and have the courage to act. So don't underestimate tonight. Don't scroll your dreams away. Don't waste your vision on excuses. You have no idea how close you are, because it only takes one night, one bold decision to change the rest of your life. And maybe tonight is that night.